Ba-da-dum. Okay, good afternoon. It is 3:41 p.m. here in Chicago on Thursday, October 12th, 2017. Another day of Manifold Garden development. And hello, Pale Blue Zebra. Welcome to the stream. Let me just post on Twitter, let everyone know that I'm now live. Hey, Praetorian. Buonasera. Molto mesh. Okay, let's so man, after the stream ended yesterday, my computer crashed and I lost a bunch of the images I was drawing in Photoshop. I had forgotten that, unfortunately, Photoshop doesn't save this stuff. So, which is obviously very annoying, but what are you gonna do? If we see assets that are screen capped from Twitch, yeah, includes my face and the Manifold Garden banner. I mean, fortunately, a lot of that was like that stuff was like the ideas, right? I mean, we all got that stuff in. All right, so what I want to do is let's write down. Hold on, let me select all of. First of all, I want to choose a new font. I don't really like this one. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's go with this. Hey, Stugan! Oh, long time no see. How's everything been with you? So, let me just do door design, door to other areas in the same world. I want to make sure we've got all of them in. Okay, so we have doors to other areas. One second, guys. Photoshop keeps well, actually, I lost. My computer crashed last time, and I lost all the a lot of the kind of design documents that we were doing. So. But I mean. We have a lot of the ideas. I just kind of wanted to like recap. I've also started working on some of those, some of the spaces. So I'll give you guys an example. Thank you. I do think this is maybe, it can be a little bit wider. So I'll experiment with this a bit. I just want to show you guys kind of what the new direction that I'm going in. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well today. the big news. So yeah, like this is sort of how it would be. You know, I don't know if we're quite. God, that space sign is so annoying. You know, I think this can be a little bit farther apart. The back also needs some work. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit. I think the space is a little bit too small. You know, so I want to widen it a bit and just kind of get a feel for it. But this is about as small as I can get it. You know, because what I want is this door. I want this door to be a little bit wider than here, and we've got. I think with the lights. This in it feels. I think it looks quite good. You know, maybe some lights in the center, but yeah, all in all, I think it's pretty solid. Yeah, you know what? Let's I think some light in the middle to really kind of highlight that. I think that'll be pretty cool. You know, especially like probably like around the door, this side here, having some light, because right now it's all mostly on the side. So but yeah, let's just get this part out of the way first. Let's just kind of write down the list. And not yet. Arthur's gonna do that. We're not. I don't know if we can actually limit it to objects because it's happening screen space. But I think we're gonna tweak the threshold. So I think that'll let us filter out, because the lights, they're the only objects with the emission level of 1. So yeah, right now there's no threshold, so it's happening to everything. We'll get back to it. Let me list down the doors. It's not out of the question. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna do straight up like the Hilbert space. I think it's gonna be, you know, taking some inspiration from that. But it's hard to just kind of straight up take it and put it in, you know. Oh, I forgot to post on. I'm so tired. And I think, like, there can, of course, also just be... Why is all the text underlined? Oh, you know, I think there can also be, like... Actually, I think you are, like, 5th. True. And don't worry, everybody is the same here. Everybody's equal in my eyes. So, you know what, let's say this is like door design, door to other levels. Two special doors to the hubs. Oh yeah. Doors to hub areas. Let me put that down here, and they're more sort of special cases. But those are, like, what's down here is more one-offs. Ah, that's cool. Yeah. That is pretty cool. Actually. I like that, but it's too, that's cool. It is very cool. But it's like, to be effective in the game, it's happening too fast to really be worth the effort, you know? Like, it's more, I'd have to put it in kind of closer to the end. So what the fuck is this thing, by the way? Huh. Oh, guys, check this out. This can, this... This does not work very well at all. Well, this thing sucks. Can I just delete it? I can't even close this thing. Okay. Oh yeah, I've been yeah, I actually spent, I won't go too much into this, but I actually spent quite some time oh, it's actually really hard on this. It's much easier on paper. I'm not writing with the mouse. I'm using a pen. Mac version of the game. Let's. There will eventually, but there's not at the moment. Okay, so let's do. Yeah, I think like. You know, I think there's not gonna be. I like the idea of having. The shape not be even. You know, and so you can like come in like this. Like this part is not gonna be there. So actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, let's just make it more legible. Hey, wow, dedicated. Yeah, I guess you can say you haven't been very dedicated. So, like... You know, let's change. I think I'm gonna use red to kind of for the shape. But I think I can see this sort of this door being, you know, something like. Like, you know, in this, like, all right, we're here. It's all good. So we're kind of thinking about different doors in the game. Man, this tablet actually is quite nice. I really should use it more. Probably shouldn't wear a ring when I'm working. But like. Because, you know, what's nice is you can hold down shift and let you draw straight lines. Oops. Okay, let's go back to hold on. Okay. So I'm actually going to go to another level that's a little bit easier for me to work in. Yeah, so I figured out what I wanted to search for yesterday was actually high altars. So this is, because that's more, this is more the stuff that we're going for. So yeah, I think right now my space is a little bit too tight. Like they do fit pretty well, but I think I kind of want to give it a little bit more space. You know, just so you can kind of see a bit of the separation, but it should be pretty close to the back of the area. So my thinking with the design of this stuff was I wanted to kind of mix it with some of Frank Lloyd Wright's own work, and now you guys might have seen. So Frank Lloyd Wright did this Unity Temple, and it's actually just out of Chicago in Oak Park. It's like it's only like a few blocks away from where he lived. So I love the overall kind of feel of this place. Something I'm a big fan of is actually the exterior columns. Like I love the details here, and you can, and in the altar that I've made, I've actually kind of incorporated some of that look. But I think I guess that would you would call this part the altar, which is not, it's sort of not grandiose enough for my purposes. I did, however, take the light. Yeah, I've thought of that before. So, you know, they got, like you see that, like I try to, the light fixture, I kind of put that in some of the stuff that I was working with. All right, so let's jump in and I'll talk about some changes that I'd like to make. Yeah, it's all the cathedrals. I'm not gonna do I am not going to... I don't think I'm gonna do variations. I'd have to do... You know, if I start doing variations, I'd have to do 12 of them, so... Yeah, I have other... See, it's like, yeah, it'd be cool, but not gonna happen. Alright, let's talk about... So, you know, I think overall I really like it, but I think this center part could be a little bit stronger, especially down here. Oh, it shows the... Yeah, I think, like a beam light in the center can be really strong. So... Alright, let's think about how I can improve this. So yes, it is a prefab. Yeah, the other, having to do very unique variations would be a huge pain too, because we'd have to like make all these adjustments. So let's see, how do I want to do this? All right, we're gonna do doors. You know what, let's do, God room door frames. Yeah, they're gonna be, I mean, it's really, this is the frame part. The, you know, all of this stuff is more, most of this thing around it is decorative. It's, the actual frame is pretty straightforward, so that we can do. So it'll be like a toned down version. I mean, because you don't want like a million of these altars everywhere. That gets a little too confusing. So it is, the base shape is straightforward, so it'll be like a simplified version of this, because you're gonna, you know, you'll see 12 of them. So we're also changing that. It's not gonna be, that'll make it a little easier for me right now, and also for loading, because right now there are 16 of those major levels. I'm bringing it down to 12. Yeah, so the game's not gonna be as open as I kind of hoped it would be. It's gonna be a little more guided, but I think for a kind of a better experience overall. Yes. You sound disappointed. Oh, it's just a rounded door frame? Oh, hey, Ray March, what's up? So has anyone seen Blade Runner 2049? I was listening to this, so I listened to this French-Canadian podcast, Medium Large, and they were interviewing this woman, Daniela Point, who wrote this sort of, coffee table book on the art of Blade Runner 2049 called The Art and Soul of Blade Runner. And she's actually Denis Villeneuve's wife. And I didn't realize he was French Canadian, which made me very happy. Because while I am not French Canadian, I am Canadian and spent time in Quebec. So I gotta go see it. Yeah, anyway, though, their talk made me really interested. No, it's just, you don't hear a whole lot about. It's just it's not a big place, right? There's only maybe like what, three 3-4 million people. So it's cool, and I just thought he was like an LA guy. Because he definitely seems like I feel like a few years ago was like Neil, the guy that did District 9, and I feel like Villeneuve is now, it's did I say that I actually, when I lived in Quebec, I watched a lot of French Canadian films, and I really liked them. There's some really great stuff, but most people outside of Quebec are not super familiar with their work. So it's just cool that, you know, it's like he came up through, like, I think CBC's film programs. It just, you know, I just think it's cool that people become, they find a large audience, even when they didn't have to like go through the LA, you know, chain. I think that looks really good. Right? I almost kind of want to, I did add a bloom effect. I feel like there's some lights down here, maybe. Hold on. I feel like there needs to be just some lights down here, just drawing you to this spot. I wonder if these... I think I just, okay, you know, all I need is a bit of light down here, just where the, where this is, actually, you know what? Forget it. You're right. Chris is right. It's good enough. Let's just hit apply and move on. Yeah, otherwise we'll be here forever. Chris is like, oh no, not again. Yeah, it's really good work music. Yes, blonde cam. Okay, so let's jump back into the other level. Man, everybody is making Cuphead fan art. So yeah, I think this needs to be, I think it's not, I think it can be a little bit more, you know what, I'm gonna do side, other side. Let's give each side, let's just move it each side 4 units farther out. I also think like this. Yeah, that's not. It needs space. It needs space to breathe. Just a little bit. I mean, it's still, just a little bit. Chris is the producer we need. Not the producer we deserve. Don't worry, it's all there. I did, for what it's worth, we did remove like four of the major spaces, so that's gonna make that'll save us plenty of work. I could embed them in a pillar or something, like go with a mesh. Oh yeah, we have those. We have those. Yeah, I mean they're for this is it's more for this for the altar. I wanted this particular design for the lights. But yeah, no, we've got those. But yeah, it's we're almost. I think we're done. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the colorful spaces. You know how much I love those. But in the end, it was just. Yeah, it did more harm than good. Which, you know, was disappointing. Alright, so I think I will go check out Blade Runner 2049. The thing is, so one thing about being independent is you get to set your own hours. So I like to go see movies, and I like going to movies. I like going to theater when nobody else is there. But it just means I can. But I still like going to movies with friends. But yeah, it's hard to find. Oh well, I guess I can just get another indie game developer. Get someone to play. Get someone to skip work. Yeah, well, you can't do it in the summer because they take all the kids to summer camp. Like all the summer camp kids, they take them to go see movies. And that's the worst. There is... No, I mean, there are worse things, but... Yeah. A bunch of 80-year-olds eating candy and popcorn in a movie theater is not fun. Huh. Interesting. Have you watched it since? Have you rewatched it? Oh, this looks better. That looks... That feels right. You know? Yeah, like the height doesn't matter, but the width makes a big difference. Yeah, there we go. Well, my local one sucks. The one in my neighborhood, it's cheap. But I went to see Interstellar and the picture was like slanted. I was like, what the the projector wasn't properly aligned. And you're like like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you do one thing at this place. Like, I'm pretty sure you were just running this thing off a hard drive, so can you... You got like 2 screening rooms, can you at least just make sure? Yeah, so it did, like, that bothered me for the entire movie. Oh, fuck, you know what, we forgot to, Oh, wait, we forgot to extend. Yeah, that was... I thought that was... I think I might make the windows just a little bit taller. And I'll do that while I am here. Boom. Yeah, I feel like the window should at least reach past. That is, what's the height there? 34. Unfortunately, those are straightforward. Oh yeah, so we do need to hit revert on this so that it updates. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of these prefabs, they don't update. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, where's my center light, huh? Hold on. You know what? While I'm here, let's just do the windows. Let's do like that's like what 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Let's just give it 22. 22, 22, 22. Window designs, world, 0 hallway. Come on. 044, 011. There we go. There. I thought I put it. I might not have. Might have messed up there. 22 times 4. That's at 88. 88 times 88 plus 140. 88 plus 140, or the 220. 228. Yeah, I think that's about right. Now let's do, this is a PNG, Windows 044011, replace it, yes. Oh fuck, it's read only. Hold on 1 second, I gotta check out Perforce. Yeah, the lack of nested prefabs is, you know, it's something that they're working on, but it's almost become kind of a joke. Somebody was telling me they one time they were asking, you know, like this was a dev that worked at Unity, and he said, or I think it was she said, you know, they requested this feature and they were like, oh yeah, it's well, we're gonna get around to that just right after we finish nested prefabs. Which I think they took it to mean like, okay, it's never gonna get done. So window generator, my favorite tool in the game. Saved me so much work. Basically, I can take that design that I did in Photoshop, and it now creates a prefab. Alright, here we go. Let's where's my window? Okay. I just need to put it at 0, 0, 0. Come on, give me this. What the fuck? Oh. Right, because I never saved it. Oh, come on, I forgot to... Oh, right, I forgot to check out, which meant I never saved it, which meant it was using the... I gotta generate the window again. Resources, window design, 044011. Oh no, wait, I still haven't saved it. Oh, fucking hell. Ah, hopefully this doesn't crash Unity. Yeah, that's the old version. Manifold garden, world building, window generator, let's... Third time's a charm. Window designs. It was 044011, that's it. When you wish someone patience in English, I'm not sure what you mean. Like when you want to tell someone to be patient, or when you wish that they have the strength to endure something. I feel like it depends. Usually when we tell somebody to be patient, it's like, it's to tell them to like stop bothering you. It's like, just be patient. But I don't know if I'd call that wishing patience on someone. Well, I like to say, I don't know if other people do, I say, patience, young grasshopper. Yeah, it really depends on what your... Or like airlines would be like, we thank you for your patience, you know, as we try to solve this problem. Yeah, we don't. I don't know if we have a saying. It's like, the only thing I can think of is the Bruce Lee quote. Wish not for an easy life. Wish for the strength to endure a hard one. Like, okay, thanks, Bruce. I mean, that is a good quote. Am I sponsored by ProBuilder? No, I really should be. I mean, considering my streams are basically just advertisements for ProBuilder. Everyone's like, what's this thing? What's this wonderful tool you're using? We did discuss with them for a while. We were doing giveaways. We were doing ProBuilder key giveaways, and I think we were gonna do it like every week or something. But I sort of fell off on that. But we actually had Carl from ProBuilder was here. Carl's one of the programmers, or I think the programmer on ProBuilder, and he actually came into one of my streams. Oh, he's a Cleveland Indians fan. It's hard to be a Cleveland baseball fan these days, but he actually came in and just kind of looked at what I was doing and then gave feedback, and that was really helpful. It was kind of cool because I didn't know that they had vertex snapping with Pro. I don't actually use it quite as much, but that was super handy to know. I mean, it's really sort of modeled after Hammer. I think that was the original idea, was to make like .5. Huh. That's weird. Why is this guy 11? I guess you really only need 8.5. I think it's kind of gone in, yeah. You know what? Let me delete these two. Because it's actually easier for me if I just. Ask not for an easy game. Ask for the strength to make a hard game. Man, so I was thinking about this this quote the other day. This, you guys know Bex Saltzman? She her and her husband Adam, they run Finji. It's an indie game publisher, and they are also working on Overland. They're working on their own game, Overland. They published Night in the Woods, and are also publishing the game that used to be called Secret Legend, but is now called like Tonic or something. In fact, I think it might actually be called Tonic. And when they're talking about how sort of the realities of finances for gaming, which is even if you make $1 million on a game, you know that took 5 people, 200,000 each, which is not bad, but the game took 4 years, so it's 50,000 a year, which again is still maybe not bad, but then you factor in taxes and all that, and it starts not being a whole lot. And this was interesting. Somebody asked if it was worth it. And it's always, yeah. And she said, you know, it depends on your definition of worth it. And she says, Adam has to make games. Which I think it's not so much that Adam can't do anything else, right? Because it's not like obviously he's a programmer, he's a designer, like he can translate those skills to doing other things. But I don't know if, but I think really what she's saying, you know, I was talking about this to a friend, and he said, I think what she means is more, you know, that it's the only thing that he gets a sense of fulfillment from, you know, that he wouldn't get fulfillment doing anything else. And I've heard this from a few other people, a lot of other indie devs I know. They've just loved games as kids and wanted to make games forever ago, and you know, they were kind of making Flash games early on. But I've been thinking a lot about this, not just since seeing this. I mean, I've been thinking about it before, but seeing this kind of made me think a lot about it more recently, and I don't think I'm like Adam. You know, I don't, and I kind of wanted to hear how you guys are, because that is beautiful, by the way. That's really, really nice. Wow. I feel like architecture is all about the repetition of patterns. And back to the previous topic. Yeah, I think I can get fulfillment from other things too. Which is maybe why I don't think I would last. You know, like, I feel like my motivations for making this game is not so much that I have to make games, but that there's sort of something else I'm trying to uncover. Which doesn't make it any less passionate. But I suppose it does, at least on a per project basis, but I think maybe it has an impact on sort of like long-term approaches. Oh, fuck. You gotta be careful on that to make sure to move both the glass and the frame. Is the chat stuck? Nah, just people aren't actually listening to me. Okay, let's go back to the previous level 322 and look at why my high altar thing did not work out. Oh, you know what happened is because I put the center light column outside of the high altar. Ooh, this also just made me realize that this is stuck. Found there are people who make games for the hell of it and just throw a lot of ideas out there. Some stick too well, others don't, and there are people who are absolute perfectionists. Yeah, both are valid forms. Yeah, I wouldn't say that there's necessarily one that's better, but I think it's important to know which one you are, and you know, it's not like a black and white thing, right? It's not a binary. I think it's a spectrum, and it's probably a spectrum in a couple of different axes, but I think it's hard to know what you're like until you start working on a game, but I would say definitely after 5 years I am not like Adam. Like, I would not be happy sort of just making games. It has to be sort of a certain type of game, and for, you know, yeah, I think I get fulfillment more just from the creative process and from knowing that it's something meaningful to me. Because I used to work in advertising, and I think that, you know, the work itself is fun. You're coming up with ideas and looking at what's trendy, but that's not so much but you know, then you kind of think about what you're doing, and it's like, oh, I'm just like a glorified deodorant salesman. Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot, mostly because a lot of people are asking me what I'm going to do right after. I'm getting pretty close to finishing, and a lot of people are asking, you know, what's next? And yeah, that is I don't know how that game did so well. That really was exceptional. I think just kind of right place, right time. I mean, obviously beautifully done, but there are plenty of games that are. But you know, it's like they had a lot of stuff against them as well. You know, like I feel like a little while ago everyone is saying 2D platformers are dead. You can't make that out of these four. And in a way, I think they are. It's like, yeah, you can make a 2D platformer, and I think it can be financially successful, but it just has to be as good as like Inside or Cuphead or Ori and the Blind Forest. You know, like the standard for a good indie platformer is just really high these days. Or you're Edmund McMillan and your fan base is quite large. So I like this. I like these lights going down the back. That's a cool. This is kind of a cool thing in the back, you know. Nobody sees it. Fine. Let's apply that. The altar spine. All right, let's go back to that level, and then we will move on to W044, W011. You know what I'd love to see? I wonder if so I love GDC talks. I love game development talks. I think that's one of my favorite things about the industry. Just people sharing details about their work, and it does make me wonder. It's like, do people do that for movies or toy design? Like, sure, yeah. I don't. You know, it's like, do film directors get together at some kind of conference for other film directors and are like, well, this is how we did this shot. Yeah, I mean that's how we got it. That's our dark mode. Was that a suggestion for a space? They do have talks like that? Oh? How so? Speaking of GDC talks, yeah. They can, I don't know if it's a general trend. It might, you know, part of it too is if you've seen a lot of talks and you're like a more experienced developer, this stuff becomes less and less relevant. You know, like when you know more, for you things are a little bit more nuanced, so it's hard. You're like, yeah, you're not gonna solve this thing in. It's like, yeah, half an hour is not enough. That's a great. Oh god, that's sign is so. Oh, that looks great. No, that just looks cool. It's like you come to the back and it's the altar's spine. So I've got two. Well, maybe you guys can help me out on this. So one of the ideas I have for the door is when it opens up, the frame lights up as well. But that starts teaching players that if the frame is lit, the door is open. What should I do? But I don't think this would look good. You know, if it wasn't lit, you know? Oh, fucking hell. The door is broken again. You guys know what I mean? Like, I think it's... Should the players do something to turn this on? Maybe, but... Or maybe when they enter, it just turns on. You know, I'll worry about that later. Huh. I love the windows, by the way. Oh, that looks great. No, that's a great shot. Um. Okay. Let's move on. We will. Alright, you want let me get the latest bloom. Push these changes. How are you handling the climbing of stairs? No, we have a collision ramp. Yeah, we actually have these things called ghost stairs, which is like, you know, for the steps are 0.5 units. Each ghost stair step is like 0.0125. So only the player collides with the ghost steps. So yeah, it's just a collision. It's a little fancier than a collision ramp. The one science thing where they shoot atoms. Schrodinger's equation. Schrodinger's cat. Speaking of physics, I got this new magazine my college sent me. They study physics. This is like, this will be their first year of the magazine or something, but this is kind of funny because they have this new professor and his, I don't know if you can see, it says PhD Stanford 2006 question mark. I think it's a typo, but it's like, I think he got it in 2006. I'm not sure. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We hired him. Nah, it's too hard to... It is double slit. Yeah, I'd have to redo a whole bunch of them, so I'm not gonna do that now. Cause then it's like, we're gonna delete some of the cathedral rooms as well. Hello, hey Ferris. What's going on? Ah, that's okay. You learn to kill your babies. What's much harder is losing work that you've done. Just my own. Yes. I want to see. I'm always up to see stuff, something cool. Oh man, so you know what I'm thinking for soundtrack? Blade Runner.
Polyphonic synth, so you play multiple notes at the same time.
Synth.
Finally bring them all back together.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Gotta save this. I gotta watch this later.
It was really a break. Basically, what we've got going on here is, again, it's polyphonic synth, so you play multiple notes at the same time. We've only dialed in just a basic saw wave.
I gotta listen to that because I think that is hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's put on some. Oh, cool. Hold on a second. Fuck, iTunes is stupid. So, yeah, I like this. Yeah, I think it would just probably be like having to be a little bit faster. But I probably wouldn't have it, you know, this part. I think there was some stuff in the end where it looked like it was kind of disappearing. Maybe not. Huh. Oh. This part, yeah. This is what I mean. Like, that looks weird. Where it's not, where it's not, do you know what I mean? Where it's sort of just not rooted to anything. I've not seen the new one. Yeah. I think like it either connected to the center or the outside frame. I think would look cool. There's also like glass as well that needs to, you know. Anyway, this sound. Yeah, I think it's cool. I like it though. I think this combined with pieces just moving in, you know. Yeah, I think like a combination of that, like this combined with you know, I think this sound would work kind of really well for Manifold Garden. Just with a little bit of stuff retracting, I think could be kind of cool. So it's a combination of that and this mechanical, I think would be neat. Where it's like, yeah. Okay, let's go back to Echo. Yeah, it's called Echo from it just came out recently from Ultra. No, I mean the doors don't have to have voxels. Like it's not the size of the cubes is more a restriction for the 3D geometry. They draw straight lines, but just like I think like this. Doors into church. It doesn't need to. It's not the coherency is not really the size of the grid actually. Yeah, but it does the thing where it's like, see, it doesn't draw it all the way. You know, which is oh, I guess actually, oh, I see. It tap and hold. That's a little better. Okay, well, that's okay. So let's do doors to other levels. I've seen things. Yeah, it is cool. It is cool. I think we need to combine that. I think it's like too abstract right now. I like it. I actually like this new one you're showing me better. But it's like, you know what I mean? I don't want it all this. Because then that looks like this thing that you're trying to jump through. Like, I want it to be a combination of this and mechanical. Not straight up mechanical, but sort of the in between that two where you're kind of yeah, I like this. Whoa, what the fuck? That's too much bloom. This is like we're in heaven. He's got like everything. Oh, okay, so... Oh, okay. Oh, that looks not bad, actually. It's too much. It feels like too realistic. Do you know what I mean? I think I like the... I like the other ones. Like it's doing... yeah, I'm not as big of a fan of this one because it's doing the like cross stuff. Oh, there we go. That looks nice. Yeah, that doesn't look... That looks good. Bloom for tree leaves, bloom for tree leaves. Well, you know, the problem is it's outside, so I don't know if it's gonna... Like it'll happen, but it's not, you know, I think having the high threshold is good. Yeah, because I don't, you know, honestly, I don't really want it outside. I want it when you're in here. You know, if we put bloom everywhere, it makes this stuff less effective. It's not a... What is this? This isn't a PS2 game. I mean, PS2 games was just bloom everywhere, but... Honestly, I think this is like the right balance. You know, because I want the thing to look like it's lit, but I don't want it to be like... Holy camole, bloom. Bloom much? You know, I don't want that. Alright. Alright, let's now follow. Let's listen to something else. Age of Empires. No, it's just always on. But we change the threshold so it only basically shows up when you're inside. So it's 1, 0.84, and bokeh filter. What? Why can't I? Yeah, I don't want the like too realistic, you know, look. Thick. Oh, the thick version looks pretty good actually. Yeah, the thick version looks good. You know, I think that combined with like another layer for the things going in, and that's like, those are some amazing looking doors. So let's just, let me play this. And Vivasser, hello. It's been a while. Somewhat sane, Max. Guys, I gotta take a break too. Let me take a quick 5-minute break. So yeah, see, that looks, you know, I don't want it to look washed out when you're outside. But you know, when you're inside, I want the lights to shine, and I think this is the right balance. You know, like when you're inside, it should, like, that looks lit. Yeah, you know what, Raymarch, I'm actually gonna take the, I'm gonna copy this and put it in this one. God damn it, I ended up swapping these two. It's not, unfortunately, you can't do it for specific areas, specific things. You just, it's on a threshold. If something is lit, if something is bright enough, it will show bloom, which I think is the right way. Yeah, to me, this is actually my favorite. I've just included a link to it. Alright guys, I gotta take a break. I will be back in 5 minutes. No, that's not the break. All right, let's what were we looking at just before? Yeah, let's look at doors into other levels. So I mean, for me now, this totally works. Right, it really only lights up for the indoor stuff because we set the threshold to be pretty high. So, which is basically how I want it. Yeah, I think I might have injured. Yeah, I think I might have injured my shoulder at the gym. Fuck. Yeah, so I'm thinking like this, something like this for the door. I don't like the top. Yeah, I really don't like this top. That looks better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so one of the things like I want to do is I want to have I think stretching of any kind is just terrible. It seems so. Stretch goals are terrible. If you're doing a Kickstarter and you have stretch goals, I don't know, man. Sometimes that's like you're giving yourself more problems. This looks very Blade Runner. Yeah, but now it's like, oh man, you just got a duel. I don't know, it's hard. Did they succeed? Yeah, like that's cause you're, you know, people get they get caught up in the whole Kickstarter thing of like, yeah, let's put everything in. It's like, oh shit. Hey, you know what? Let's, I'm gonna stick with this. I'm not, I don't like the top is the thing. I don't like how this looks, especially because you can approach the game from a number of different directions. Like, how can I make this top more interesting without it? Oh, see, that just looks bad. You know, like the what I want here is the top to look really how it looks. Let's turn to our old friend. You know what? I have an idea. Oh, fuck. Yeah, my shoulder is really killing me. It's one line going through the blue. So I'm not too sure what you mean. Oh yeah, I will do that eventually. I can just merge them. It's not yeah, that's not for now I'm just trying to, like, I'll do it you know what, you're right, I probably should do it now. Yeah, but that's just more like an optimization thing. Sometimes it's not always clear. No, you're right. If I don't do it, I mean, actually, everything is combined anyway. The thing is, I was thinking of having it light up. In sequence, so, but maybe we can actually, that's probably easier with just one. These are outside too? What do you mean outside? Oh, like outdoors? Sometimes. I mean, it depends on it more depends on where we put it in the level, right? No, this is the one. This is what takes you to the next level. So this would technically be inside the giant pillar in that one. Now that makes two of us. No, you can be outside. I mean, it's just like, but it's like seeing a light bulb outside, right? It's just not as bright. Like, it, you know, the way we can simply do this, they can be outside, they're just not as bright, but that's not, I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna, like, change, right? You know, you just kind of have it like that. But, you know, when it's off, it's probably more like... See, this is an interesting thing. Because it, I don't want it to look like the material, so I actually have to darken it a bit. Because otherwise this stuff is actually white, but you know, we then have to just increase the emission and then increase the color. Yeah, so you know what? Let's do this for door frame. What is it? Interlevel? Or is it intra? Intramural means inside a school. Intermural means between schools. So I believe this would be door frame interlevel. I hope that is right. And you know what? I'll make like a bunch of these doors, just so we have an idea. You know, we'll kind of. I'm sure I'll get better at designing these, but let's just hit play. Come in here. All right, I'm gonna wrap up the stream now. It's been over 2 hours, and my shoulder is. I gotta put some ice on it. I don't know what happened. Yeah, we're getting there. This stuff is always, stuff takes a long time. Oh, look at that! It's like, yes! This feels important. Where is that light coming from? Man, I hate these. Doesn't that look great? I'm like, yes, let me walk through here. I think that top can be a little bit thinner. I don't think it needs to be so high. So we'll get some different, oh man, this is gonna be great. This is a door to another level. Okay, now what I want to do later, we'll come back. So let's just say for now we've got this done. We got doors into church, which we've talked about. And then we get the final door. So we'll get those done today. I'll come back in a few hours. Though I might have a friend over for dinner. We will see. Let's talk about art improvement. Got the door design. We got the water wheel. That's also. I guess I want to start looking at these glass cages. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about what's next. So you know what? I don't like this. You know what? So what's really great about Sublime is it saves the stuff. Yeah, well, I don't think we're gonna have this much offset. That's a little bit too bumpy, but we gotta have a little bit. It's gotta be like 0.25. So, but yeah, I like it. So, what else we got here? So let's finish up. Yeah, it saves it all. It's great. Okay, so we got this to do. Finish up first draft of all doors. I want to start on the glass cage, and I want to improve the actually Dark Tower redesign. So this is oh fuck. Not sure why I have hiccups all of a sudden, but let me see if I have a picture of the Dark Towers. So some of you guys who've played the game probably have an idea of this. They're not very good. So this is like a Dark Tower structure. And they're pretty important because this door leads to the church area. two things. One, it has to have the door leading to the church area. It's not visually distinct enough. It doesn't, people say like they don't feel it's that important. And so we're going to get rid of this. Like the dark cube is no longer powered on by these. When you solve some puzzles, solving that puzzle will actually help power this on. So it's like somewhere else in the level leads this to power on. So yeah, we just kind of want to redesign. Also, we want this to fit. Now the door, this is the door into the church area. It needs to have this. The dark tower needs to accommodate the church. So I think, you know, the reason why I had like two of these fingers things was because I needed potentially multiple of these. But I think now that and also we had the door to the colorful growing area and the door to the church, to the hub, to the God hub world. Now we don't really need that, you know, like, so like it's got like the current design has problems and is also kind of from the past. It's kind of designed with a lot of the legacy requirements. So let's just kind of take a second to revisit that and see what we can do now. Way too detailed for what. Right, again, this is not it's not finished yet, but I want to go through it and redesign it. This was always meant as a placeholder, so let's revisit that. Then we got to start on the glass cage because that actually ties into some design things. Oh, fuck. And then we got to look at the yeah, like I think we might just want to tone it down a bit, right? It's I think your design, I like it, but we just gotta, you know, we bring it back. Like it's all about finding a balance. So glass cages, and then the Mandela rooms need to get redesigned. Again, that's also something else that people have brought up, is that the Mandela rooms don't feel important enough right now. So yeah, Dark Tower, Mandela, and then we'll go from there. Okay, yeah, my shoulder's killing me. I don't know why I've got the hiccups, and I've been streaming for 2 hours and 18 minutes. All right, making some good progress. Yeah. These design and art streams are so much more fun than the programming streams, which I feel is just me 2 hours getting angry and saying what the fuck over and over again. Okay. All right, let's see who else is streaming. I'll host them for a bit. Oh, come on. Oh, Ezra is streaming. Hey, I haven't seen him stream in a while. So, all right, guys, let's. I'll send you guys over to Ezra's channel. He's working on Memory of a Broken Dimension, and I'll be back later tonight. I've been working super late, so the streams have been starting later than normal. You know, I say 3 p.m. Central, but I feel like they've been starting close to 4 p.m. I know a lot of you guys are in Europe, and it'd be a lot easier if I started earlier. So I am gonna try to do that. I've got some meetings at 11 a.m. in the morning, so that means I think we'll probably start streaming like 2 p.m. So, but yeah, what happens is with my schedule is when I'm doing programming, I keep wanting to try to finish things in one go. So like, I'll be like, okay, you know what, let's just get the safe system done tonight. And you know, you end up staying till like 4, 5, 6 a.m. And then it's like, okay, actually, this is way more complicated. It's going to take another day. And then a few days of those just kind of screws up my schedule. So I'm kind of bringing it back. Right. As always, thanks so much for all the feedback, all the ideas, all really, really appreciated. Super happy with how the game is coming along. I think it looks fantastic. And, you know, we got the artists in. We're going to start getting some sound in, some music. I'm going to redo design. And, you know, fix bugs, and then we'll ship it. All right, see you guys later.